it's that time again. Another day for another win. We ain't never gonna relent. We going hard, never giving in. Hey yo, it's time for another one. Yeah, we on another run. We ain't never leaving. The competition, we don't see it. This is winning season. This is winning season. It's that time again. Another day for another win. We ain't never gonna relent. We going hard, never giving in. Hey yo, it's time for another one. Yeah, we on another run. We ain't never leaving. The competition, we don't see it. This is winning season. This is winning season. This is winning season.
Welcome in live to Buffalo Wild Wings and the Uncaged podcast. We have the tennis teams in the building tonight. Super excited about this one. I'm Dylan Rivera. Next to me is Scott Milner, the director of tennis. You're overseeing both teams. And then Jennifer Johnson there in the middle. She sees the girls, and then Harrison St. Clair oversees the boys. Excited about this year. You guys have already gotten underway now. Union tournament on Monday for the boys, union tournament on Tuesday for the girls. So first question for you, Coach, and I'll start with you, Coach Milner, is just about the excitement level to get this year started. And now that you've got one tournament under your belt, are you just ready to get it going?
Oh, yeah. We start August when it's 105 degrees outside, and we play, we sweat, we work hard for this moment here starting in March. So it's a long school year to get to this point when we get to start season, and it's the last 3 months of the school year. But when we get here at this point, we're ready to rock and roll, and we started out great with our first 2 days of tournaments, Monday and Tuesday. We're, I think, exceeded our expectations for the first tournament. So we'll get it. I mean, if you're asking about details, boys finished third place overall, which is our best finish at this tournament.
Yeah, that's a round of applause there.
Long time, so it was good. And girls finished in the top three as far as 6A schools at this tournament, which is who we're competing with. And so that was really good to see how we measure up against those top 6A schools.
Absolutely. Yeah. And as you talk about going back all the way to August and the school year starting and getting them ready for this first tournament, talk to me just about that work and what all is going on for these, early months. And then I know obviously cold temperatures hit and it's a little harder to play some tennis outdoors, but how do you guys adjust throughout the year to get them ready for now? Yeah,
obviously Oklahoma, we're playing in all kinds of weather. If it's not hot, it's cold. If it's not cold, it's windy. If it's mild, then it's 45 mile per hour wind. So we're really preparing for all of the weather experiences that we're going to have throughout the season. But we have a pretty routine schedule as far as getting conditioning going throughout the year, whether we're inside or outside. A lot of match play throughout the whole fall semester and into this spring semester. We play a lot of matches, and there's really nothing that can take the place of match play and getting experience playing points. And so we do that quite a bit throughout the school year during practice. So we're ready for some of these intense match moments during the season.
One thing I know that's probably been a big adjustment from August to now is adding a new coach on your staff down there on the end in Harrison St. Clair, taking over the boys' side of things. So I want to ask you, Harrison, about just the experience of being a head coach here, or I guess an assistant under a head coach, however you guys want to divvy it up with your titles. Yeah. So with all that said, though, how has that adjustment been for you over this last however many months?
Oh, man, it's been crazy, but I like to think that I have some fantastic staff around me, really just guiding my hand as we go through. Also, shout out to Coach Wally. I know she's not here, but she definitely picks up where I can't get there. Got a great group of boys and girls that I just love to be around. Also teaching, it's been a whirlwind for sure, but I'm finally kind of, not drowning anymore. I'm finally getting into it, but it's great.
Yeah. You and I actually went to school together.
Yes, sir.
You graduated a year after I did, and you were on the tennis team.
Yes, sir.
So now getting to work alongside your former head coach, how's that been?
It's definitely been weird because every time that I call him coach, I'm calling him coach because he was mine. I know for the first couple of weeks out there, I go to practice and I'm like, man, I kind of miss playing. I feel like I should be playing now. When we have challenge matches, I'm like, you want me to play anyone? Any absences I need to sub in for? But after those first couple of weeks, I'm like, oh yeah, well I need to actually show up and be the guy.
Absolutely.
But, yeah, it's awesome.
And how has that been for the team and you getting adjusted to each other and kind of clicking into place now as the season begins?
Oh, I don't think they liked me at first because I was a little bit younger and kind of had to come in with more authoritative philosophy to it. But as the season went on, going up into fall break and all that, they all started to warm up to me. I like being there. I want to be their mentor. That's kind of what I'm looking for here. Really just change them and basically just have a piece in the pie of making them better men when they leave here. That's what I'm really looking for here.
I think that's a great philosophy to have. And Coach Johnson's been here a while. She's been after it for a few years now with this girls team. And getting into this season, having one tournament down, how excited are you for this group? Because it feels like this is a pretty special one.
It really is a very special group. Everybody keeps saying that, and it's just the truth. The parents, the people who come to watch and support us, it's so united, and they're all just great friends. It's, kind of a rarity with the girls' sport, but it's been a build-up. We've had some great captains, great leaders, a lot of stability. And the program, Coach Milner does a great job of being consistent with, the policies and the practice format. They know what to expect, and we all come out here as one team. And the girls and the boys, it's not just, the girls on one side and the boys on the other. We combine, we unify, we work hard together. We do a lot of drills and activities together, a lot of bonding that happens.
Yeah.
Coach Milner actually came up with this turkey games during Thanksgiving.
Okay.
It lasted like the whole week. And
Really?
Yeah. So we're just kind of out on the court, just playing really silly games and divide up into teams. Mm-hmm. And so we really try to reinforce this competition, but at the same time, cheering each other on and supporting each other as a team, because that's a lot of tennis when you go out to tournaments. It could be a lonely sport out there on the court.
Sure.
And so when your teammate's not playing and coming on the other side of the fence and cheering them on can go a long way. So it's just great to see how wonderful they get along and want to support each other and want to be there, because we can't do it alone. And so the team is really bonded, and it's been growing over the years.
Well, you've talked a little bit about now what that connectedness does for a team, maybe in a singles format, that being out there, like you said, maybe a little bit lonely. Mm-hmm. In a doubles format, you've got a teammate out there with you. Do you feel like having a connectedness with your teammate just personally can help your tennis game?
Absolutely. The singles can be lonely. And so we work with that too, and as far as the mental game goes.
Yeah.
And the fact that us coaches, we can come out onto the courts, between the games and everything. We take advantage of that. But having a doubles partner is a part of the chemistry. We have lots of discussions about who should be a partner with so-and-so.
Yeah.
Not only to win, but for them to make the most of it, how they complement each other. And the chemistry goes a long way, to high-five each other between the points and to talk strategy.
Yeah, and that's something sort of we had touched on earlier in conversation, Coach Milner, is that you guys are still talking about what your lineup is going to look like. You guys are still figuring out how you want to pair things and how you want it to look day in and day out. So as you're kind of getting a feel for your team here early in the season, it's already started. Is that difficult for you guys, or is that kind of like you just have to go trial by fire a little bit and figured out as it goes?
Yeah, I mean, for the first couple of weeks of the season, it's pretty well planned out that we're going to try a few different lineups. We never know what kind of competition is going to be out there. We never know in the heat of competition is a doubles team going to click really well like they do in practice, or do we find that maybe they may have another better match with a doubles partner. But we really plan on figuring it out over the first couple of weeks of the season, and then we just have the way the tennis season works. We just always have the opportunity to change it up from one tournament to the next, and so we use that to our advantage to see just how can we maximize our team's achievement, and that's really the end goal, is maximizing our team's achievement. And so we have a lot of girls that can compete at a high level, and so when we have that depth, it's a great problem to have, but it's on us to make sure we do our due diligence in putting together the best doubles teams and the best 6 that are out there to give us a chance at the most success.
Well, and as we were talking about the connectedness between the guys and the girls, I know one thing that you had touched on with me, or I think it might have been Coach St. Clair down there had touched on, was that there's a tournament somewhere down the line that you guys will play where you'll play some mixed doubles, and that's a little different because there's not many opportunities to play mixed doubles. So have you thought about those lineups and who you're rolling out for those yet?
Well, we can say the boys and girls, most of them would really love to change it up and play some mixed doubles. So we haven't thought about that far. There's not as much of a consequence when we put a mixed doubles line together, because we don't get to play that at the state tournament. We wish we could. They do in Texas. They play mixed doubles, and so we wish we could make that happen. But usually if we put that line together, it's maybe to give them a little break from their normal line, we believe still we can give our team the best chance at winning. Even at that team tournament, there's some strategy in putting together a mixed doubles team that can be solid or whatever, strategic, to give us the best chance. But that's a really fun line, and a lot of kids want to play that line, but that's not the one we give the most thought to, except for maybe the few moments before that or the day before that tournament.
Makes sense, definitely. Yeah. I want to go down to Coach St. Clair again. I want to ask you about this year's team, just your confidence level in them. I know that the goal is always to win a state championship. My question to you is how? How does this team make it all the way to that stage?
Man, I really think that this team is one of the deepest teams that I've ever seen with the program. I mean, it kicks my teams to the curb that I was a part of. I think the biggest thing is, just working as one, touching on the chemistry stuff. Our doubles teams that we have, we have so many moving parts that we can move around if we would need to. And I really just think when it really comes down to it, to the X's and the O's, is winning those first round matches at every tournament, making sure that you're on the right side of the bracket, getting that higher seed so it sets you up for later on when you go to state. Is you want that easier match to start off with. You don't want to play one of the higher seeds when you really start. But really, this boys team is like a family. They all love each other, and the same goes for the girls, and that's that unified that Coach Johnson was talking about. And I really think just, grinding it out all through season, putting in the effort, putting in the work, it'll pay off in the end.
Coach Johnson, that was my question to you too, is same thing. Goal is a state championship. How do the girls get to that stage?
We're working hard. Every day we're out there. We are putting in the effort and the time, the strategy. It's a mental mindset. They've got to believe that they can win a championship. We believe they can do it. We believe this is the year that they can do it. We're giving them the confidence and the mental capabilities to stay strong no matter the score. I say this, it's one of my favorite things about tennis is there's not a buzzer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you're down 1-5. You can come back and win. Mm-hmm. And so just staying strong and believing in themselves and getting that confidence, and that's part of our job is to showing them how great they are. Yeah,
I also think there's an element of unpredictability with tennis because in my mind it's like wrestling is like this as well, where somebody could just have a bad day, and if they have a bad day, you can get them, and they may be a higher seed, they may have the accolades, whatever it is. But if you catch them on the right day at the right time and you can beat them, that goes a long way for you. So Coach, as you get started with this season, I don't know if there's been any sort of mantra or mentality that you've been trying to instill in this group, but if there is, what's been the message as you guys get going on this year?
I think Coach Johnson kind of hit what we have to really, really all focus in on and agree on, and that is confidence and belief. And talking about the upsets that can happen, it doesn't happen without belief and without confidence. And so that's the mantra is, you put it well. I mean, you step on the court, there's not anybody that you can't beat on that day. Mm-hmm. And with the hockey team doing what they did in the Olympics, and you see upsets every single day. Yeah. And it starts with belief and it starts with confidence. An opponent can beat you 9 times out of 10, but we tell them this is the day you beat them, the 1 out of 10 day, the 1 out of 100 day. Yeah. And so that's our mantra is we know there's the competition out there is deep. Every year it's deep, and tennis being an individual sport, any school can have the stud, or the studs. And it starts with belief that we can beat those guys, those opponents. And so that's our mantra is confidence when you step on the court. And that's our job as coaches, and we have a great coaching staff that lends them that support and hopefully gives them the foundation for having that belief.
Well, I have great belief and confidence in you all this year, and I also have great belief and confidence that this next segment of the show is going to be pretty sharp because we have the girls coming your way next. Coaches, I appreciate you coming up here. Don't go anywhere. We've got more Uncaged coming your way.
All in all, there's not a better place to work.
Working at St. Francis is...
Working at St. Francis is...
Working at St. Francis is...
It's very fulfilling.
The work that we do is hard. The work that we do changes people's lives.
It's more than a job.
It's more than a job.
It's more than a job.
It's more than a job. It's a calling.
Hey Tigers, I'm City Manager Michael Spurgeon. The city is preparing for the next general obligation bond election in April of 2026. Just like the improvements to Albany Street in front of the high school, bonds help pay for upgrades to public infrastructure like streets and intersections, public safety services, parks improvements, and more here in our great community. To find out more about the bond process, visit the city website. Thank you for helping us build our future. Broken Arrow, enjoy the rest of the game.
While you are teaching someone special the nuances of keeping the wheel steady, we can provide you means for you to maintain financial equilibrium. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. First people put people first.
Tulsa Bone and Joint, Northeast Oklahoma's sports medicine experts. We are pleased to help you and the athletes in your life with a number of surgical and non-surgical options. Tulsa Bone and Joint is proud to serve as team orthopedist for local high schools such as Broken Arrow, Owasso, Sapulpa, Cascia Hall, and Bishop Kelly. Tulsa Bone and Joint, moving life forward.
Hey Tigers, get the only card that donates to Broken Arrow Public Schools every time you use it. TTCU Federal Credit Union has donated more than $360,000 so far. Support the Tigers with your card today.
Oh, I got my order wrong.
This is me, Jessica. And this is...
Jessica?
Not my coffee. And my friend said, oh wait, Quick Trip. And she said, you don't have to tell me your name. Please, serve yourself. And I was all, oh, then this happened.
Yeah, someone stole my drink.
That's how I learned Quick Trip has lattes on tap, and I will never have to tell a barista my name again. Quick Trip, raise your coffee bar.
Welcome back live to Uncaged at Buffalo Wild Wings. We have the tennis team here. 3 of the girls from the tennis team joining me. London Walker is there in the middle. Lily Cravato here right next to me, and down on the end is Olivia Harnish. We're going to call her Liv, though. I want to ask some fun questions to get things started, break the ice a little bit. But they're about your teammates and about your team, so they might want to listen, keep their ears perked up. Because the first question, it's going to come down to you, Liv, so I hope you're ready.
Okay.
Who's the funniest person on the team? And you can say yourself if you're the funniest on the team.
I'm gonna say bro who? I don't even know.
You can say yourself.
I mean, I think everybody's a little bit funny.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a safe vote.
Yeah. Everybody's pretty funny.
London, what's your answer?
Liv.
Liv's the funniest?
Yeah.
Lily?
I have to agree with that one. I would say Liv.
Yeah, also Liv. Okay. Let's go with, like if it was a foot race, you had to race somebody. Who's the fastest on the team?
Malay. Where's Malay at? Yeah.
London?
Malay.
Yeah? Lily?
Malay for sure.
All around,
Yeah.
okay. I know you guys don't do a ton of weightlifting with tennis, but you are in the gym, so who's the strongest on the team?
Malay.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with Malay.
Okay. Lily?
I would agree with that. I feel like she could lift some heavy weights.
Okay. She's got all the physical points.
She does.
Let's go with, like, who's got the hardest serve to return?
London Walker.
London, is that your answer?
Yeah.
Humbly, yes. Lily?
London or just any of the lefties in general.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go with who's like the one you lean on the most? Like if you need a pick-me-up, you've had a bad game, something like that, who's the one you go to?
Definitely my doubles partner, Lily Cravato.
That's sweet. London?
I go to Coach Harrison or Coach St. Clair.
Yeah.
Same guy.
Same guy. Same guy. Lily?
That's hard. I kind of lean on a lot of people. My littles or my best friends, Noelle, London, Liv, as my doubles partner.
It's a good thing that you've got multiple answers there. All right, Liv, if you were on a remote island and you needed to get home, who are you taking with you? Who you hope is there with you?
I'm going to say my twin sister, Ava.
Okay.
Okay.
No.
Is that a good answer? Do you
Yeah,
feel like-
it's a good answer, yeah.
Okay. I'm also thinking like it's got to be somebody who's pretty scrappy, can get you off the island. You know?
Then probably not her.
Do you want to change your answer?
Nah, I'm okay. I'm going to say that.
Okay, we'll stick with that one. London?
My twin brother, Jack.
Okay. Lily?
I don't have a twin. I guess I'll stick with the sibling category and say my sister.
Okay. Last question is just if, you know, this is school at the end of the day. You guys are student athletes. Who's the smartest one on the team? I think there's one that's a pretty easy layup, but...
Oh.
I guess I'll say our national merit.
Yeah. It's kind of a given. We'll give that to him. We'll give that one to him. All right, let's get into the serious questions now. We're going to talk some tennis. And Liv, I know you said you didn't want to talk tennis, so we're going to talk tennis with you. I'm going to come down to you first. Let's start with just yesterday and having the Union tournament, getting that under your belt. How did that feel for you guys to finally get out of the gates and actually play some other schools?
It felt pretty good to kind of just see what's out there and what we're going to have to take on this season. I think that we just have to work on a lot of stuff and we'll get way better and, you know, it'll be a good season.
How much do you learn about yourself from the early tournaments that you can kind of use for, you know, later down the line?
You get a lot, honestly, because some teams, like, they improve a lot, but then some, they just stay the same. And then you know it for the next tournament.
Yeah, for sure. Coach Johnson had talked about the connectedness of this group, London. Do you feel like this is a really tight-knit group this year?
Yeah, it's a really tight-knit group. We have 3 new freshmen coming up. They're all left-handed. They're all very good teammates.
Wow.
And the chemistry on the team has gotten a lot better this year because a lot of new members coming up were forced to come together more because we don't know them very well, and it's gone very well. It's been very fun.
I've not played a lot of tennis in my life, I'm going to admit that. One of my good buddies was on the tennis team, though, when I was in high school. But he was not lefty. How much of a challenge is it to play against a lefty?
I hate playing against left-handed people, and I'm left-handed, so it's like a culture shock to me.
Is it really?
Because I don't think I've played anybody left-handed in team tennis that I can recall. I've played a few left-handed people in USTA matches, like the club tennis, and when I come across them, I'm like, whoo, I don't know how to deal with it because I only play right-handed people.
Yeah. What makes it so different? Is it like the placement of the ball that you want to have, or is it just the return? What makes it so difficult?
So when I play right-handed people, it's my forehand to their backhand, and the forehand's normally people's stronger shots, but my backhand's my stronger shot. So I like to play surprise, and I love my backhand down the line. So I love to hit my backhand down the line to their backhand. But when I play left-handed people, it's my forehand to their forehand, my backhand to their backhand, and it's the same. And I don't
like
throws
the mirroring.
me off. Yeah.
Okay, makes sense. Lily, I know that you are doubled up there with Liv down there on the end. How much fun is it out there on the court when you guys are, front and back taking on the competition, and you know that either Liv's got your back or you've got hers?
I mean, me and Liv have played together we played last year together, and then yesterday we played together. So we've gotten, we have a lot of chemistry together, and so we really know how each other plays. And so, I always know, it's I know where she's going to go or what she's going to do. And it really helps whenever we're playing together because, I feel confident that, if I can't get to a ball, she'll be there. And it's just easy to communicate with her because sometimes playing with a new person, you're a little more, timid. But with Liv, it's just really easy to, give each other criticism if needed. And just working together with her she just makes it fun out there.
How much communication is ongoing in the middle of a match? Obviously, you guys have those little moments in between where you can high-five and give a quick word, but how much are you guys actually able to talk throughout a match?
I mean, we'll talk throughout points, being like, I got it, you got it, you, me, anything like that. And then me and Liv have 18 different handshakes that we like to do. We talk a lot on court, whether it's in between points, games, sets. We really we'll sit down and talk about what we need to fix, because being so close, I feel comfortable sharing that with her.
Yeah, for sure. How much has Coach Johnson's presence been really a help for you guys, not only just leading up to this season, but also now through the Union tournament? How much has she helped you guys get to where you are today, Lily?
Well, I've known Coach Jay since I was 8 years old or so.
Wow.
So she's really been there since the very beginning of my tennis journey. So it's nice because I really can rely and trust in her. So she knows my game really well, and so I feel comfortable taking criticism from her, but I also can turn to her whenever I need her because we've grown so close over the past 10 years.
Yeah, and this year's team is kind of structured interestingly because you've got a couple of seniors and a junior and then freshmen, so there's a little bit of a gap there. London for this year's team being kind of a mix of veterans and a mix of youth. Does that seem like it's kind of meshing weirdly, or does it mesh well?
I think it meshes great. I mean, I couldn't have asked for a better team this year. Everybody's so in this year. Everybody's very locked in, and we have our eyes set on the prize.
Yeah, and you got awfully close last year individually, third in the state last year, which I think deserves a round of applause.
Yeah.
Great finish. I know this year you want to make it all the way to the top and finish number one. So my question to you is, how do you individually reach that stage?
I have some wise words of wisdom from a great coach of mine. And Coach Harry always tells me to take it 1 point at a time. So that's my main goal. I try not to think too far ahead or get ahead of myself. I try and just take it 1 point at a time and construct the points. And get my mental mindset in check of I'm going to win this match. I will not lose.
Yeah, that's really good stuff. I may have asked you guys this last year because I know you two were both on last year, but what are you thinking when you're on the court, when you're in between points, everything gets going? Are you just kind of locked in and blacked out, or do you like make conscious thoughts that you're remembering the next day?
It depends on what match it is, because I had a rival I would play last year. I would play Bixby, and we were very close. Like, every tournament we'd play each other. So if I was playing her, I would try and be more like lights out game mode, like no thoughts behind when I'm playing her. Like when I go to the back fence and try and reset, it would only be my next game plan, like how am I going to get this shot to her forehand and keep it away from her backhand, because her backhand's her stronger shot. But when I play other people, I tend to slip away sometimes.
It happens. It happens. Liv, does that happen to you?
I honestly just try to be really positive and either make jokes or just, whatever, it's fine. Just keep going. Like, we can run 6 games right now, or we could, lose all of them. Like, you just have to be really positive and just not let it affect how you play, or just, your mental state.
Yeah, that seems like that might be pretty easy for you to do, considering that you are the funniest on the team. Like these two's both. Now, as far as this season goes, and you guys just getting started, just your excitement level for what's ahead. I mean, obviously, you got confidence in your team. You've got a tight-knit group. You've got a really good group, a really talented group. So, Liv, just how much are you looking forward to seeing this season play out and how you guys finish?
I'm really excited to just see how well we do. I know Lily, we didn't get to where we wanted to be last year, but I have a lot of hope in us this year, and we just need to lock it in and do it. And yeah.
It'll be fun to see how it plays out. You guys are really off to a great start. As he said, you end up finishing third because the 6A teams, that's how it is. We're going to discount the private schools that were there. But a 6th place finish at the Union Tournament, 4th for London Walker, 4th for 2 singles Nunley, 1 doubles was you all finished 10th, and then 2 doubles was Ella Hayes. Nacy Shepard finished 7th. So a good start, a lot to learn from, but a lot to play still going forward, right? A lot of more tournaments to go. So we look forward to seeing how the season plays out for you all. Good luck this year, and appreciate you coming up here as well. We've got the boys coming up next, so don't go anywhere. We've still got more Uncaged coming your way.
All in all, there's not a better place to work.
Working at St. Francis is...
Working at St. Francis is...
Working at St. Francis is...
It's very fulfilling. The work that we do is hard. The work that we do changes people's lives.
It's more than a job.
It's more than a job.
It's more than a job.
It's more than a job. It's a calling.
Hey Tigers, I'm City Manager Michael Spurgeon. The city is preparing for the next general obligation bond election in April of 2026. Just like the improvements to Albany Street in front of the high school, bonds help pay for upgrades to public infrastructure like streets and intersections, public safety services, park improvements, and more here in our great community. To find out more about the bond process, visit the city website. Thank you for helping us build our future. Broken Arrow, enjoy the rest of the game.
While you are teaching someone special the nuances of keeping the wheel steady, we can provide you means for you to maintain financial equilibrium. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. First people put people first.
Tulsa Bone and Joint, Northeast Oklahoma's sports medicine experts. We are pleased to help you and the athletes in your life with a number of surgical and non-surgical options. Tulsa Bone and Joint is proud to serve as team orthopedist for local high schools such as Broken Arrow, Owasso, Sapulpa, Cascia Hall, and Bishop Kelly. Tulsa Bone and Joint, moving life forward.
Hey Tigers, get the only card that donates to Broken Arrow Public Schools every time you use it. TTCU Federal Credit Union has donated more than $360,000 so far. Support the Tigers with your card today.
Oh, I got my order wrong.
This is me, Jessica. And this is
Jessica?
not my coffee. And my friend said, oh, wait, Quick Trip. And she said, you don't have to tell me your name. Please, serve yourself. And I was all, oh, then this happened.
Yeah, someone stole my drink.
That's how I learned Quick Trip has lattes on tap, and I will never have to tell a barista my name again. Quick Trip, raise your coffee bar.
Welcome back to the UNCAGED podcast here at Buffalo Wild Wings. It's the tennis show, and next to me we've got the boys joining me now. Drew Hennis right here next to me, Pierce Durbin down there on the end, and in between them is Brendan Hua, and I am Dylan Rivera. Excited about this one because you guys have a lot of potential this season. I've talked to Coach St. Clair, I've talked to Coach Milner. They both feel very confident in what you guys can accomplish this year. So, Drew, my first question to you is just how confident are you in this year's group?
I'm feeling pretty great. You know, I went into Union with high expectations, and we exceeded those high expectations, you know. So, I don't know. As it started, I felt great. And finish out the tournament. I'm so proud of all my teammates.
Yeah, you guys ended up finishing third in the Union tournament on Monday. Your one singles, Ian Brim, finished fourth. Two singles, Pierce Durbin down there on the end, finished seventh. One doubles, Cooper Rice and Kyle Tran, sixth. And then two doubles, Drew Hennis and Brendan Hua finished second. So round of applause for all those guys and how they did on Monday. Just getting things started. So let me start there with you, Brendan, is just the excitement of now having at least one tournament under your belt and the regular season is underway.
I mean, yeah, I think it was a great experience to start off the year. I think I couldn't have asked for a better result. I think going into it, we were third seed, me and Drew. And obviously, like, we went in there, you know, trying to do our best. I mean, whatever happens, happens at the end of the day, right? But I think we went in there, played, I think, some of the best tennis we've ever played together, in fact. And we ended up going to the semis, playing two-seed Edmond North, and ended up beating them fairly easily, making it to the finals to play the defending state champs, where we had a great match, but, you know, the outcome wasn't what we wanted. But, I mean, still a great overall tournament, and I think it's a really good way and, like, a really good note to start off the year.
How much does that help you think, playing the defending state champions so early in the season and getting to see them now as opposed to at that final stage?
Yeah, no, I think it was a really good experience for us to have, right? Especially, like, starting off, because, like, going through the tournament, I think that, I mean, we never really faced that much adversity, you know, throughout our first few matches. But then, you know, going into that, I guess, like, titan of an opponent, right? I think it was a really good experience because we just had to see how we had to adapt and whatnot.
Pierce, for you, my question is, we've talked about the tight-knit group that we have here at the Broken Arrow Tennis Group, and I want to know how you feel about this year's group. Is there a lot of chemistry that kind of bleeds its way onto the court?
Yeah, I would say that this group of guys that we have is really good this year. We have a lot of freshmen, but we also have, like, a lot of juniors and seniors, and everyone gets along really well, so I'd say we're all pretty good.
How has it been adjusting to a new coach and having Harrison St. Clair take over? I know that's he said he was a little hard on you guys at first, but he kind of softened up over time. So what was that adjustment like for you, Pierce?
It's been a pretty smooth adjustment so far, like not too many bad situations at all, but I would say he's a really good coach overall.
Yeah. Drew, do you feel that same way?
Yeah. So past that, we'll call it a learning curve, first couple weeks with him.
Mm-hmm.
Past that, he's been a great influence on the full team. Brendan and I were talking about at Union tournament. He's one of those guys where you'll be saying something to yourself and it won't work, and then he'll come and he'll say the exact same thing, but you just want to listen to him that much more, and then you incorporate that into your game, and it helps you improve.
Yeah, for sure. I've asked about Coach Johnson to the girls, and I've asked now about Coach St. Clair to you all, so I want to ask you, Brendan, about Coach Milner and his impact on you all and how helpful he is in both the tournament setting and the practice setting.
You know, I think he's a great influence to all of us, right? I think starting out in high school, obviously throughout junior high and stuff, we never really saw him. Like, we heard about him being the head coach and whatnot, but I think going through high school and especially this year, he's helped shape us into the players we are today. Like, have to thank him for that, and, you know, I don't think we could be here without him, you know, like his coaching through whatever tough matches we may have, you know, it just really helped us.
Yeah. I know that the confidence that they have in you, they feel like you guys can finish at least podium, if not as the state champions this year. Do you guys see that as pressure, or do you feel like that's something that you're just trying to live up to, Brendan?
I think for me personally, I don't know about the entire team, but I think for me personally, it's something I want to live up to, right? I think especially because my freshman and sophomore year, I was on varsity, and I qualified for state both years, but I never really did anything crazy, right? No podiums, no crazy placements. But I think going to this year, me and Drew have a really good chance of doing really good at state. I mean, first tournament of the year, we got second place at one of the hardest, if not the hardest tournaments, other than, of course, like regionals and state. So I think going into it, I'm personally really excited. I want to try to live up to those standards. And I think I could probably speak for the majority of the boys. I think we're all excited. I think in previous years, we may have been considered like the underdogs, but I think now we are, someone to really contend with.
Yeah, for sure. I like the way you put that. I think that you guys will be this year. And Pierce, I know you being two singles, that means that there's a lot of weight on your shoulders as well. So for you, being out there really by your lonesome, as Coach Johnson had put it, you're kind of lonely out there. What are you telling yourself throughout a match? Because these guys have somebody they can lean on out there on the court, but you're a little different in a singles match, right?
Yeah, so like London said earlier, I kind of just black out. Like, I don't really think about anything, or I don't have any thoughts. But I just really try to stay positive, and like if I do make a mistake, I just try to move on as quickly as possible, because I've found that if you dwell on it, it affects you a lot more and that you remember it. But if you just try to automatically move on and forget it, then it doesn't really affect you as much. And yeah, just taking each point as a new one is really effective.
Yeah. Do you have any personal goals for yourself this year, Pierce? Anything that you want to see yourself individually reach?
I think I want a podium this year, because I had a really strong chance of doing it last year, and I kind of didn't live up to that as much.
Sure. Yeah.
I think that's my goal for this year.
A little bit of a fire under you from last year, though, right? Drew, as a team, the goal is to win a state championship. My question to you is just like it was for the coaches, is how? How does this team get there? How do you, as the boys' tennis team, win a state title?
Well, I'd like to say, I mean, as far as our union performance, I mean, every year that tournament is pretty indicative of state and how that goes. So I do think we're close. I think to just go that extra little bit to be state champions, just the basics, just consistent at practice. Cheering each other on is a big one, especially in tennis. It's such a mental game, so just having all of your teammates rallying behind you and just eyes on the prize.
Yeah.
Just have it as our goal.
Yeah. And you being a senior, you've seen a lot of these tennis matches over the last couple of years. How much fun is it to have this group that really feels like they have a chance to get there and to win it all? And you guys have really grown over the last couple of years, it feels like.
Yeah, no, this year's been a blast. Not just on the court with our expectations, but this is the most fun group of guys I've gotten to play with. Media Day this year was pretty awesome. We just got to mess around and take some really cool photos, and I've never done that with a team before. I've never had the chemistry to go out there and have fun with something as simple as Media Day. Yeah. So to have that and then translate that to success on the court has been a great time.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, we appreciate when you guys have fun on Media Day over here on the media side of things. Why don't we finish things off with a little bit of fun as well? I'll ask you guys the fun questions. I tried to see if I could throw you off by asking the serious questions first, but let's get to the fun ones now. And I'll start with Pierce down on the end. Who's the funniest on the team?
Funniest on the team? Only second behind me, I'd say Noel.
Brendan?
I'll probably have to go with my guy over there, Caleb Hama. I think he's a pretty, goofy fellow.
Drew?
I think Cooper Rice tells the funniest jokes, but Caleb probably acts the stupidest, and that makes me laugh pretty hard. So.
All right, well, that was a gentle way of putting that. Pierce, I'm going to ask the desert island question next. If you guys are deserted somewhere, you need somebody to maybe help you get off the island or hunt for food, whatever it is, you probably want to make sure you get along with them too. So who would that be, Pierce?
I'm trying to think. I'd probably take Noel just because we're best friends, and we're basically like siblings at this point. So
there you go. Okay, Brendan.
I think I'd have to go with, maybe on the island there's a plane that's like built down, right?
Yeah.
And who else to fly it than my friend here and pilot, Drew Hennis?
There you go. All right. Drew, what's your answer?
Is this on the team or anybody?
On the team.
On the team. Okay. I'll go with Brendan. I'll fly him around, and he can be my co-pilot. And I feel like he can read a map.
That's a true doubles team right there. That is perfect. That's a perfect answer. All right. If you get in a foot race, you got to race to one end of the floor to the other, something like that. Pierce, who's winning that?
Who's winning that? I feel like Cooper. I feel like Cooper's fast.
Okay. Brendan?
I think I'm going to go Caleb. I mean, he's a soccer player, and, they all do that endurance and whatnot, so, yeah.
Okay. Drew?
I got to go KT. I feel like I can't ever put away a ball on him. He's always somewhere on the court. He can get anywhere.
Who's got the most difficult serve to return, Pierce?
Probably Ian.
Ian?
Yeah.
Yeah. Brendan?
I'm going to go with Cooper Rice, but it's not because it's like a necessary, good serve, not to diss him or anything, but it's just the way he hits it, and it's kind of like an off speed almost.
Yeah.
So it kind of throws me off.
Got a little bit of a different spin to it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. We didn't mean any shade there.
No.
Yeah. Okay. Drew.
Brendan's got some nasty lefty slice on his, and it trips me up every time.
There you go. So that's a nice way of putting it. There we go. My last question for you guys, I want to throw this one in there. I don't know if you guys will have an answer to it or not. But who's like a mini coach out there on like a tournament weekend?
A mini coach?
Yeah, like a coach junior, a high school coach. I guess that's a real thing. I shouldn't ask that.
I'd probably say Brendan.
Brendan?
Yeah.
What about you, Brendan?
I was not expecting that answer from Pierce, but I think I'll have to go Drew, honestly, because I think also being on the court for doubles, we may not always have our coach with us, but I'll always have him to rely on and talk to. I mean, I think we both do a really good job of just keeping each other calm, and whenever you're going through adversity and facing a lot of nuances, I think you don't think in the right mindset, and I think just having someone there to always just talk you out of it and get you back to reality is really important.
Yeah. Drew?
Kind of same as Brendan. We're on the court together. We're always correcting each other, and I know this isn't how you meant mini coach, but whenever you said that, popped in my mind, we have somebody on the team who is like a mini Coach Milner. They're twins, so I got to go with Colin right there. Mini Coach Milner.
There we go. Some love for Colin on the way out. We appreciate you guys for coming up here, and good luck this season. Great job at the Union Tournament, by the way. And thank you all for showing up here to Buffalo Wild Wings. Thank you for tuning in at home. We will be back in a couple of weeks. We're taking a couple of weeks off, spring break, all that sort of stuff, but then we'll be back with the soccer team. So don't tune out of YouTube. We want to make sure you guys are subscribed to our Broken Arrow Public Schools page, and we will see you then.